project I've made focuses on astrology signs and how they relate to the characters Benita, Walter, Ruth, and Mama, or Lena, as she is properly named. To start, I'll go over what the signs. I'll go over the zodiac signs and their traits and how they relate, and then I'll go into how they relate to the character themselves. So, Aries, this is what the project looks like. So, Aries is it's just a bold and ambitious symbol. They are represented by the ram the ram, and they tend to dive headfirst into a lot of situations. They're impulsive, but they're also very bold, ambitious, and surprisingly caring. More loyal than caring, but they do care for those close to them. And I decided to choose this one for Walter, as I think it most closely resembles him. Walter is a bold and ambitious dreamer, and he does care, especially as we see at the end with like when he stands up to the white people, essentially, and he cares deeply for his family. So he does have his flaws, of course. Like at the beginning, he essentially falls for this scam that what's his name? Willie. This scam that Willie set up for him, and we see him like he goes straight for it as soon as he gets some money, he goes straight for it, and then once he finds out it's a scam, he's all really disappointed, like sad. He had to learn the lesson the hard way, which Aries tends to do. And the quote I chose for it was, when Walter, he's essentially talking to himself or God. Walter, man, I trusted you. Man, I put my life in your hands. He did, and it blew up in his face. So now Ruth, for her I chose Cancer, and Cancer is represented with a crab, and they are, okay, generally they tend to be main caretakers. Oh no. I'm gonna come back to this one. Benita. So, for Benita, I chose Virga, or Virgo, I believe it's pronounced. And I don't remember. And they're very logical and practical when it comes to life. So they always want to like improve the skills and try to find ways to assist people, or essentially Earth. It's an Earth sign, so they want to help people and humanity as a whole on a practical level. So doctors, editors, musicians, teachers is where they gravitate towards. And because they think very logically, they also tend to be a bit perfectionist and very hard on themselves when they get things wrong, which leads right into how it connects to Benita, which she is very educated, the most educated out of all the youngers, and she sees everything very logically. Benita also dreams that she could she could cure the world's problems. She wants to become a doctor because it's the most concrete way that she believes she could do that. And when she loses the college money to Walter's scam deal, she is quite hard on her health, on herself, and like she does like, oh, I can't fix anything. It's too much. Like, and as the quote says, uh, because it doesn't seem deep enough, close enough to what ails mankind. It was a child's way of seeing things, or an idealist's. She's talking to Asagai, but she is pretty harsh on herself. And now for Mama. Mama is represented by the scale, and which is Libra, I believe. And one sec. Okay, everything's back in order. So Mama, represented by Libra, or a scale, which is actually the only inanimate object out of all of the zodiac signs. They're quite fixated on balance and harmony, and they want to keep people happy and good. Like, they want to keep things in life good and people happy. And they often weigh out their options, like what is the best ones, what is it worth sacrificing something to help this person or uplift what they believe in, or what they believe is best, I should say. And they also love, they are a bit with, they do enjoy good aesthetics and surrounding themselves with objects, environments that reflect those aesthetics and their taste. So Mama herself is the biggest, I'd say, peacemaker of the youngers, which is also part of the Libra. It's a scale. It's not 6, 7. It's a scale, and she tries to keep the peace as a scale would, tries to keep harmony. And she okay, sorry. She dreams to move to a new house that is less cramped and more free, and will cause less like stress to everyone inside of it, because it just helps keep the balance with a nice house, an actual livable house for the giant family they have. And she also has like the plant as I interpreted it. It's just something that she likes to nurture for and provide for, even though it's difficult, like with no sunlight in that house. And it represents how the Libra sign, that's one of the characteristics they want to have belongings like that they enjoy, that they like, and also it just shows her character more. Now back to Ruth, who I had to go skip. I represented her with the Cancer zodiac sign, which is represented by a crab. And they're very protective. They're very protective and emotionally intelligent. They provide for those close to them and enjoy home and a homey environment. Because of this, they usually are like caregivers, because that's just how they show love. And they go through great lengths for their loved ones. as because they're represented by the crab, they don't let go of things easily and stick with what they value. They're usually they are also often like glue that holds together the entire or whoever they're with. So it isn't as much as Mama, but she does. Ruth and or the Cancer sign does hold stuff together. Okay. So connecting this to Ruth, she's the mother of Travis and really is the one that takes care of him most, even though Walter does still love him, which is nice to see. Honestly, it's so sweet. It also does mean because she does care for him, she's still very stern and harsh on him sometimes. Like with the 50 cents at the beginning, he asks for it and he's just, no, I can't do that. I'm not going to do that. Sorry. She puts the necessity needs, she puts the necessities first above like what he wants almost, because Ruth cares for him and wants him to have a good life, which they kind of need to live for that. Yeah, she's also a bit of a peacemaker between Walter and Benita, kind of stepping in between a little at the beginning. And to like kind of show like their, I don't even know the word, like strained, harsh, like hard love almost, is this quote where it's actually about it's the stage direction or whatever what it's called. It's not actual dialogue. It says, Ruth finally laughs aloud at him and holds out her arms to him, and we see that it is a way between them, very old and practiced. Kind of showing her sternness is just how she shows love, as Cancer the Crab. So this, I think that I covered everything. So I would like to know if I did this presentation right. I kind of covered everything. So we'll see how that is. Thank you. And just for another show, this is what the project looks like. Okay. Bye-bye.